Have you ever been walking on the beach and seen something that looks like a tiny, angry porcupine decided to go for a swim, and you thought, well, that's a choice? Chances are you've met a sea urchin, or at least its spiky remains. They're the ocean's little goth hedgehogs. They're all about the dramatic spikes and the mysterious, dark colors. You don't want to step on one, trust me. It's like stepping on a Lego, but the Lego is alive and possibly judging your choice of swimwear. These little guys have been around for a long, long time, and they've got some stories to tell. Or they would, if they had mouths, in the traditional sense. It's a whole thing. We'll get to it. I find sea urchins fascinating. They are one of nature's most interesting designs. It's like Mother Nature was cleaning out her craft drawer and just went for it. A little bit of sphere, a lot of spikes, and let's make it move with its teeth. It's brilliant, really. Most of us just know them as the thing to avoid at all costs during our vacation. But there's so much more to them than just being a potential ouchie on your foot. All right, let's get down to basics. What is a sea urchin? Is it a plant, a weird rock, a failed science experiment from a mermaid's basement? The answer is none of the above, although I like the mermaid idea. A sea urchin is an animal, a real living, breathing, well, not exactly breathing like we do animal. They belong to a fancy group called echinoderms. Say it with me, echinoderms. That's the same family as starfish sea cucumbers. So they're basically cousins with the laziest and the squishiest guys in the ocean. Now don't let the simple, round shape fool you. These creatures are more complex than they look. Underneath all those intimidating spines, they have a hard, round shell called a test. It's like their own personal, built-in suit of armor, or maybe a tiny little bunker. When the sea urchin passes on to the great tide pool in the sky, this is the part that you often find washed up on the beach. It's beautiful, with all these intricate patterns on it. Inside that shell, they've got all their important bits and pieces. But here's the wild part, they don't really have a brain. Not a central one like we do, anyway. They have a nerve ring. It's kind of like their whole body is the brain. Let's talk about the most obvious feature of a sea urchin, the spines. This isn't just a fashion statement, it is a very bold one. These spines are their everything. Protection their legs, their dinner utensils. Imagine having forks for hair. Long and sharp, short and blunt, thick and club-like. They come in all sorts of styles depending on where they live. You might think they're all just black or dark purple, but some sea urchins look like they just came from a rave. Bright red, vibrant green, shocking pink, brilliant orange. There's one called the fire urchin that almost looks like it's glowing. It's a warning. I am fabulous, but do not touch me. The spines are attached with a ball and socket joint, like our shoulders. They can move their spines in any direction. If something touches one spine, nearby spines all point toward that spot. A tiny, spiky army on high alert. Tube feet like miniature sticky tentacles with suction cups. They extend and retract to pull themselves along, walking on hundreds of tiny, sticky feet and spiky hair. So, where can you find these spiky little celebrities of the sea? The short answer is pretty much everywhere. Sea urchins are global citizens. In the freezing cold waters of the Arctic, in the warm tropical seas near the equator, they're not picky about the temperature. Some like it hot, some like it cold. You're most likely to see them in shallower waters, in tide pools, on rocky shorelines. They love to hang out where the waves are crashing. They wedge themselves into crevices in the rocks to protect themselves from strong currents. They're experts at finding the perfect little hiding spot. It's like a lifelong game of hide and seek. But they don't just live near the shore. Some species are deep-sea explorers. They can be found thousands of feet down, in the dark, cold abyss of the ocean. These tough little urchins don't mind. Whether they're in a sunny tide pool or the deep, dark sea urchins play a huge role in their environment. Now for my favorite topic, food. What does a sea urchin eat? Are they picky eaters? Do they order out? Well, sea urchins are mostly vegetarians. Their favorite food is algae. They love it. They are obsessed with it. They spend their entire day slowly, methodically scraping algae off of rocks. They are the grazers of the sea, like little underwater cows, but with more spikes and less mooing. So how do they eat this algae without a face? On the underside of their body, right in the middle, they have a mouth. It's not just any mouth. It's a super complex 5-tooth structure called Aristotle's lantern. Yes, like the philosopher. He was the first to describe it, thinking it looked like an ancient horn lantern. It has 5 sharp teeth that they can push out to scrape. They can push them out to chew. They can push them out to grind. It's like having a multi-tool gadget in your mouth. These teeth are so strong that some sea urchins can even chew through rock. If they can't find enough algae, or if they need to make their hiding spot bigger, they will literally eat the rock. They carve out little burrows for themselves. While most are vegetarian, some are more adventurous. Okay, get ready for some fun facts that will make you say, wait, really? First up, sea urchins wear hats. I am not making this up. It's called covering behavior. Little pieces of shells rock seaweed. Fact number 2, a little spooky. Some sea urchins have venomous spines. Fire urchin. Its spines can deliver a painful sting if you touch them. Flower urchin. It doesn't have sharp, scary spines. Instead, tiny flower-like structures all over its body contain powerful venom. It looks soft and pretty, but it is not for touching. Here's a mind-blowing one. Some sea urchins can live to be over 200 years old. 200 years. The red sea urchin, which lives off the coast of North America, is one of the longest living animals on Earth. And for my final trick, let's talk about their eyes. Sea urchins don't have eyes like we do. But scientists have discovered that their entire body might function as one giant eye. The spines help create a sort of low-resolution image by blocking light from certain directions, so the next time you see one, just know that it sees you too. So, we've learned that sea urchins are spiky, weird, wonderful, but they're also incredibly important. They are what's known as a keystone species. That means they have a huge effect on their environment. Think of them as the gardeners of the ocean. Their main job is to eat algae. By constantly grazing, they keep the algae from growing out of control. This is super important for places like coral reefs. If the algae takes over, it can smother the coral, blocking out the sunlight and killing the reef. In some places, a disease wiped out huge populations of sea urchins. What happened next? Seaweed algae grew into thick, dense forests that choked out all other life on the seafloor. Sea otters are experts. They will find a rock, float on their backs, and smash the urchin open on their bellies. It's like having a built-in dinner table. Our oceans are facing so many challenges, from pollution to climate change. When we work to keep our oceans clean and healthy, we're helping them too. Because a healthy ocean means a healthy planet.